Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It's Sabrina Khan, founder and host of FuelYourselfFabulous.tv. And today I have the wonderful Tatyana Gann with me, who's the founder of Kangen Princess, an online magazine. And we've just had an amazing discussion about how this ancient alkaline secrets really helped her and healed her in so many ways. The mission of my show, this whole platform, Fuel Yourself Fabulous TV, is to play a vital role in the overall awareness of health and vitality for women, and through that process revive the way they eat, move, think and live, because we are actually living in a world where sort of chronic obesity, chronic disease is at an all-time high. And I really do believe that sort of a sort of wholesome approach, a sort of lifestyle approach, food as medicine can really help a lot of people. So that's why I'm sort of so passionate about what I do, and that's why I get all these amazing guests on. So it's a live interactive show. That's the best thing about these. You can actually ask questions. So if you go right to the bottom of the page, please key in your questions at the end of the show, and me and Tatyana can do our best to answer them for you. But I'm gonna pass it over to Tatyana now. So come on, tell me a bit about your story and your healthy lifestyle and how you got into this little alkaline secret.
Well, thank you so much, Sabrina, for inviting me. First of all, it's a pleasure of, sharing the information about not just the water, but, holistic lifestyle that I have been always passionate. Yeah. I'm not saying I've always been perfect at my, holistic lifestyle. We all like to do things that are not always good for our body, from eating too much or not exercising or not paying attention to how we think about ourselves. So, as I'm approaching 40 in 2 weeks, so this year said, I'm going to basically to look back at my life and see what I can improve, because everyone says it's a midlife crisis, you're turning 40. And I said, you know what? I actually feel much stronger. It's my comeback than I was even, 10 years ago when I was 30. And my youngest son was born at that time, and he will be 10. So being a mom and being a very busy mom, being healthy became my priority more than just having, size 2 body.
Yes.
Being healthy inside was my priority. Mm-hmm. So in 2007, I was introduced to the water. It was such a long journey. A friend of mine shared with me about the water in 2006. And I said, you know what? I've never been a water drinker. Don't ask me, don't approach me. I don't need your, telling me how magical this water is. Because I never like people pushing the water to me and saying,
Can I just stop you there? Because this is the first time our viewers and listeners and anyone has heard about the water. The water is the ancient alkaline secret. So that's what.
And I will share with that. So I was introduced to Kangen water.
Yes.
And Kangen in Japanese means back to origin.
Yes.
So what it does, it helps your body to balance itself to original state and helping the body to create an ultimate hydration. Mm. So that's one of the major things that attracted me to that water. Mm. So I believed that as I started drinking the water, a lot of things that happening with my body. Mm. From my skin just to feeling lighter and more clear. And actually my desire to drink water came back, which, I've never been, like I said, I've never been the water drink. I drank the water before my exercises or walking or running because everybody said I had to do it. So from forcing myself to drink water to actually wanting to drink water, that became my biggest discovery. And I thought, if I feel this way, how many other people probably feel the same? And so, and a few years ago, I said, I'm going to just I'm going to share my message about the water and holistic lifestyle through Kangen Princess. And it took a while really put all the information together and the vision of what I want to do for not just women, but just for people in general. And so I hope, you know, Kangen water will become a household item for a lot of people to improve their health and improve their, you know, just well-being in general.
Because you're a busy mom with obviously 2 children, so you actually need a lot of get up and go. So, you know, has this ancient little secret, has this water actually helped you? Has it, I mean, you were telling me about a lot of benefits actually, but has it sort of given you a lot more energy? Because you were telling me you sort of felt lighter, you felt more detoxified, it's getting rid of you.
Well, one thing, my body started detoxing, and it just really made me feel light inside. And if you ever been on detox and you know, don't eat a lot of food, either juicing or any specific, you know, drinks for detox, so it gave me that similar effect every time I drink the water. And also I felt more clear, more focused in my mind. So that has been one of the benefits personally for me. And being a busy mom, I keep the water with me everywhere I go. I put it in a bottles, I put it in a glass bottles, I give it to my children. It's something that it's a part of my life. It's not something that I do occasionally. It's from morning till night. Is the water that I use, the Kangen water, just not just for my inner health, but also for my skin.
Yeah, so, you were saying it's helped your skin with a few conditions as well, hasn't it?
Yes, it did. It was very magical. I was very skeptical even to use one of the beauty water that I can actually make with, because it's a device that you attach to the sink and it creates different pH water, different pH levels. So one of them is a beauty water, and that's what it's called. And that really helped me. But I think any condition that we have in our body based on medical research is from improper digestion, is so you have to take care of your body from inside. And detoxing is very, very important. Yes.
Yeah, especially from a digestive health point of view. So, I mean, basically the origins of this whole sort of alkaline water, this alkaline little secret is, you can trace it back to Dr. Shania, who was a gastrointestinal endoscopist, very, very sort of profound in his research and his field. So he actually did a lot of colonoscopies, so he looked down a lot of digestive tract. In fact, over 370,000 I was listening to on the internet. And what he found, that there was a huge difference between people that were not well, that were going on to have sort of more degenerative chronic illnesses. Their sort of insides looked very different to people that were actually healthy. So that's where his book, The Enzyme Factor, came from. And one of his principles for an overall healthy living and life was the water. And of course, sort of what alkaline water does. And again, this is all sort of from my research of Dr. Shania, so please go check it out yourself on YouTube, etc. Your pH in your body should be at a certain level. It's at 7.42, and normal sort of, you know, sort of obviously certain foods, sugars, certain waters, they actually make your body more acidic. And when your body's acidic, then it's going to leach minerals from your bones and stuff, so making them weaker. So that's why the water keeps your body at a good sort of level of pH. So in a nutshell, that's like a very like a simple scientific analysis of where this whole idea has come from, and where this.
You know, you know, for me, personally, for me, it was a big discovery when I saw his research.
Yes.
And just to see the credibility that he carries in the medical society made me be aware, kind of listening more to professionals like him and reading his books.
Yes.
And, you know, and I recommend everyone. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a regular mom who is a busy mom who, you know, wants to provide the best solution for her family.
Yes. Yes.
And just reading his books and watching his videos and looking at the images, I even showed it to my kids, because I told my kids, I said, you have to look at those images. And of course, it's very entertaining for them, but it makes them still aware of how much important the water is. In today's world, a lot of children drink lemonades and Cokes, especially when you go to, you know, restaurants and fast food places. You see what are the children are consuming. And so just, you know, getting a good medical research and getting the information is very important for your own peace of mind. And that's what, for me, you know, in America, the Kangen water is not as popular. And that's the reason I decided to put together Kangen Princess, just to share, not from the medical perspective, but as a lifestyle change that you can be consistent every day with.
And tell me, have you sort of, I mean, obviously you've been living sort of you've been living a holistic way for a while now. How do your children sort of adapt to this as well? Like, how do you sort of incorporate it in everyday life with your children as well?
Well, my children, you know, they started drinking water when they were very little, in 2007. So my youngest one was only 2 years old, and the oldest one was 5. So they drank the water as a part of their meal.
Right.
I started serving with the meals, and I started with a very small pH, 8.5, which was the beginning stage, the beginning level, so the body can get used to. And they, you know, I noticed they went to the bathroom more regular. You know, as a mom, you notice those things. And they don't like even drinking bottled water anymore. You know, occasionally if we run out, we'll get a bottled water somewhere, but they just don't like the taste of it. One thing, you know, kids like good tasting things. And making this water a part of the, you know, eating routine or drinking routine has been very, very just interesting to watch how they can see the difference in the water. So it's been kind of adventurous thing to help them to see how, and of course kids, what was been interesting and how I advise all the parents, we did a lot of different experiments with the water, looking at the pH balance. So the kids, you know, they like chemistry. For them, it was like a lab experience. So that's how they understood the importance of that.
Yeah, because do you want to go into more detail with that? I mean, that's fascinating. So for every so many pints, so for every 1 glass of soda, it needs so many glasses of water.
Yes, when I actually attended one of the kind of a holistic presentations about the water in California in one of the health centers, and they were doing basically experiment where they took 1 can of Coke, and they said, look, it takes, because what they do, they use the pH drops to see the level, and it took 32 glasses of alkaline water, Kangen water, to dissolve, to neutralize the effect of this, you know, acidity. So to get that water back to 7.4, it required almost 30 glasses of water.
You see, and that's where a lot of this, I mean,
and so average person, it will take 2-3 days really to get rid of 1 can of 12-ounce can of Coke, but how many people drink just 12 ounces? Some people consume 2-3 cans of Cokes a day, or if you go in a restaurant, they, especially in America, they give you those supersized drinks that 24 to 36 ounces almost of water. I mean, so so it creates a lot of issues for health among the children. And I think starting with your kids is very, very important. Just not to ignore the kids' health, because they're smaller by weight, they absorb things quicker. And so, you know, adults, we have more tolerance to things, but children, if you give a child, you know, 2 cans of Coke a day or Sprite, and then you wonder why the child is either hyper or they have stomach aches, you have to know what you're putting into their diet.
Yes, yes, I agree with you completely. And the thing is, I've done so much research. I mean, I'm interested in this area anyway, but I've done so much research into so many different kind of diets and theories, and you know, every single one of them break it down, and they're all sort of go back to the basics. If it doesn't matter if it's a veggie diet or if you're eating meat, but as long as you're eating real food, as long as you're not eating a lot of sugar, as long as you're not eating a lot of protein, and as long as you're drinking plenty of fluids, like they are the cornerstones of key health, really, that I've seen advertised across every single diet theory. So I think you're right about getting kids started quickly, because when there's a surplus of these things, you know, surplus of Coke everywhere they go, and sugary sweets and sugary snacks everywhere they go, they need to start correctly, don't they?
Yes, and digestion is so important. It's not probably the most pleasant topic for a lot of people to discuss. It's not a fancy weight loss or, you know, getting fit for summer or something like that. But I think it's so important, you know, for people to understand how digestion, a proper digestion, and what we put in our body affects our moods, affects our skin, affects just how we feel even in a social life. So I think it's one of the things that we really have to be aware. It's not something we have to be scared, you know, about, but I think introducing a good quality products in your diet, that's what's really helped me, because I had a various health issues, you know, in 2002 and 2007 and 2012, and I even took a break from the water for a while. Because I wanted to see in a way, and you know, coming back and start drinking that water again has been very rewarding experience, and saved me a lot of medical bills. So
yeah, you were saying, because you feel as if it actually, I mean, in terms of good digestive health, I mean, Dr. Sheenya's research alone, I mean, this whole sort of, he's got 7 pillars of like a kind of complete holistic lifestyle, including the diet and the water, and having happiness and joy in your life, and plenty of rest and sleep, and meditating. So he looked at, you know,
the whole approach. Yes,
he looked at the whole approach, and obviously because he was studying so many digestive tracts, it's a given, if your digestive tract looks good, it's healthy, and the less chances that you're going to have digestive problems, as well as any other problem. So it actually helped you a lot with your digestion as well, didn't it?
I mean, it did. If you think about, you know, being a mom, and I look back, if you look at the children, if they have issues with digestion, if they're allergic to something, they become irritable, they don't sleep well, they're moody. Well, adults are the same way. You know, so having this proper protocol is, you know, it's not something I was forced again to do, but something I chose to do, and something I introduce every day in my life. And I want to improve things in my life. I don't know everything about diet. I don't know everything about holistic lifestyle, but I keep the core principles.
Mm.
And I still enjoy doing things like baking cakes and, you know, enjoying things with my kids, but I know what I need to do after that.
Yes.
You know, so I think that proper digestion, and what Dr. Shinya says, you know, it should be the priority because
Yes.
it affects so many areas of your life and your personal and professional life.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. And I mean, obviously, Dr. Sheenia did a lot of research, and in his books, he's got a lot of recovery stories. Do you have any other sort of friends and stuff who sort of, you know, got
Well,
knowledge?
my best friend, who's actually introduced me, he constantly had acid reflux, and
Yes.
that I used to take anti-acid pills, Tums, and
Yes.
like candies. And
Yes.
when he started drinking the water, he noticed within 2-3 days he didn't need them. So it
Yeah.
really changed his, you know, the way he felt about himself. And I know from my personal experience that if I eat something that doesn't make me feel good, because sometimes you don't know, especially in the restaurant. And last night I had a very heavy meal, and I came home, and even I ate a little bit of that. My body already tells that it's not this, you know, the best meal for me. So I
Yes.
started just drinking a lot of that water, and it just felt very purifying. Um,
Yes.
Again, I don't make medical claims. I'm not a medical professional, but I know a lot of people who improve the skin condition, um, from skin to digestion to especially people who are into fitness and exercise. It helps them to detox and
Yes.
more, um, feel better and lighter. Um, so there's so many testimonials, but my personal was even the skin condition. But I realized when I started drinking that water again, my body went into detox, and
Yes. Good.
so the body just decided, okay, we're going to show it through the skin. And a lot of times, and I realized I needed to improve my digestion, so I said I'm going to increase the pH.
Mm.
So I went to 9.5.
Mm.
And I could feel my body just started becoming more regular.
Right.
And so, and that also helped the skin.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
It's all connected. And like I said, people can research and find what is alkaline diet and how it can help people.
Tony Robbins is a very big believer of Tony Robbins, the big coach.
Yeah,
Is a very
Tony Robbins, he's a great believer. He's actually using the Kangen water. You know, the Kangen water's been, it's kind of I wouldn't say endorsed, but embraced by a lot of Hollywood community,
yes.
because everyone wants to look healthy and feel healthy, especially in California and the West Coast. And I've known that Tony Robbins been passionate about alkaline lifestyle, because that's how I got interested. I got his course a few years ago on alkaline living.
Yes. Yes.
So he talks about his, way of living.
Yes. He's a very big believer.
And that, yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. So, is there anything else? I mean, it's just coming up to time to sort of finish off now and start getting viewer queries. Is there? It's been really interesting. The thing is, I just try to provide a sort of we're not medics here, we're not the medical profession, but I just try to get experts on, or people with a story that have tried something and it's worked for them, or and obviously
like anything else, you have to try it. You have to try the water. Do the research, but a lot of times people do so much research but they don't try it. And if you try the water, it may be good for you, but don't drink. My best advice is, if you decide to try this water and make it a part of your routine, start with smaller portions, because if your body is very acidic and it hasn't been detoxed, if it hasn't been a part of your routine, you may feel tired. Actually, you may feel your body will start going through detox, and sometimes you will not feel good in the first couple days. It's a normal thing, and you don't have to be scared about. But that's why sometimes it scares people. They say, oh, the Kangen water didn't help me. It actually made me feel bad. And I've seen the stories like that, but it's normal. It doesn't happen with everybody. It's very rarely happens. But if people have been very heavy drinkers, or they had the wrong diet all their life, it's going to make a difference in how they feel. I would say what if the person is interested in improving their digestion, if they're exercising regular, if they just want to improve the skin condition, that water will help. You just need to be consistent with that. It's not overnight fix. It's not a magical potion, but it's something that you have to be incorporating in the lifestyle. And you may see results immediately. You may see results 30 to 60 days. Just feel the difference in how you feel. But again, you have to consult your medical professionals and ask them, is this going to be a good option for me? So.
Oh, brilliant. I've got some questions coming in. I've got one from a Samina, and she's saying that, Tatyana, you've got amazing skin. Is that the reason? What's the reason for your amazing skin?
Well, I drink a lot of water, and every morning I put the bowl, I go and get the pH 5.5, what we call beauty water. It's between 5.5 and 6. And I just spray all over my face. I don't use a lot of heavy makeup. And I do meditations every day. It's something that keeps me balanced. So I kind of created my own protocol. I stay positive. I try to be grateful and find joys in everyday life. And that also helps your skin, believe it or not. But I try to not, I love drinking tea and coffee, but I had to limit that. And that would help my skin as well. But the other thing is that I make my teas and coffee with Kangen water. So it makes a big difference in how it tastes.
Yeah, brilliant. So you even make
very simple, 5.5, because that's the pH of a toner you can buy in any beauty counter. If you look at what the pH of a toner is, 5.5. So I have it in my house. So I just wash my face.
So no need to buy a toner.
No, I don't put any other chemicals on my skin. And
yeah, brilliant. It works for you. And Anne from Wigan is coming in with a question, and she says she feels a bit tired. She feels a bit sluggish, and obviously you've been do you have any tips for that?
I think sluggishness is usually in headaches that usually come with that. Is not drinking enough water because your body is not hydrated properly. And again, maybe personally, what I did is listen to your body.
Yes.
It's nothing more simple than listening to your body. And just if your body says, I'm not hungry, don't. There is a book, I'm Not Hungry, I'm Thirsty. You can find that book on Amazon. A lot of times we just need to hydrate our body, and that will help you, introducing whole foods, things. That's what helped me. One thing I learned from one dietitian, she said, don't eat anything that you don't know what the ingredients are.
Yeah.
So if you look at the food and you don't know what the ingredient is, don't buy it. So beware of what you eat. But being sluggish is, again, you have to check with your doctor. It could be, I had a thyroid condition many years ago. So sometimes we get tired as a part of the, thyroid condition, according to medical professionals. So just adding alkaline water like that, and maybe, you know, introducing more raw foods, so your body is just detoxes naturally, will make you feel better, because those toxins that you carry in your body, that's what makes you feel very tired.
Yes.
I, you know, personally, I add the water. I just make green tea with water, like I cool it down. I put a little bit of honey and lemon. And sometimes if I don't want to drink water, at least I sip something that's very healthy for me. And it also helps with feeling more alert and having more energy.
Yes.
I don't believe in energy drinks. I don't use them. There's no need, because all you're doing is just giving that artificial boost.
Yes, it's an artificial boost. It's a quick hit. I mean, for a bit more energy, I actually got a natural product the other day, because I went to the health shop and I was like, I need some more energy. So can I have something? So I think when you're a student and you need to be up all night, you have these energy drinks, but they're full of sugar. They're full of like a
all they do is, even my kids, they don't drink anymore. Like I said, Cokes, they used to do occasionally, but they would rather drink water.
Right.
And I train them to drink water.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Get your kids started quickly by training them correctly. But no, you make a lot of sense. The thing is, like I said, all this work has been shown by Dr. Shania, who you know, very sort of renowned in his field. And so yeah, the water and the alkaline water is getting your body back to a certain pH. It's helping you remain at the pH that it needs to be, and therefore it's sort of detoxifying the inside systems and really helping with everything and flushing everything out. So yeah, that's my parting sentences on this. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, Tatyana, how can they get in touch with you?
They can go to my site, kangenprincess.com, and for all the moms and listeners today is a Mother's Day in America. So It's a special day, not just for mothers, but I think for my children too, and for children of all the moms out there. They're very blessed to have moms in their lives. And so what I decided as my comeback and really going strong with the message of sharing, I'll be very happy to get in touch with you and give you complimentary, you know, just question answer session. If somebody wants my help and has questions, there is a contact form. They can fill it out and I will get in touch with them. Or find me on Facebook.
That's brilliant, because you're actually a coach as well, aren't you, Tatyana?
Yeah, I became a certified holistic life coach, and it became a part of my life. My background, I was a publicist, a writer, and a marketing coach, but I realized that in order for me to be very good at what I do in writing, I had to be healthy, much healthier. A lot of business owners, online business owners, people who own businesses, they're putting so much energy into their business, but they kind of ignore their health.
Yeah.
And because their schedules sometimes are not very good, and they work late, they passionate about what they do, which is great. But I advise to all the business owners out there, really pay attention to your health, because one day you will wake up and you will not feel the same.
Yeah, health as well. So no, that's brilliant. So if anyone wants to talk to Tatyana, get a free session, I'm actually might go on myself, then they can visit your website, kangenprincess.com. And yeah, today's show was really all about the ancient alkaline little secret, which is the Kangen water. And yeah, you gave some really good benefits of it, and you sort of summed it up really well. But I have a fantastic show on Thursday with a top-selling author, Nadia Andreeva, and author of the book Happy Belly. And I've been reading her book, and you know what? I've just been glued to it, because she really does talk about how getting a happy belly through sort of again sort of complete holistic kind of viewpoint. And she is an Ayurvedic practitioner as well. And because I'm from an Asian background, we're into all this. So yeah, Thursday's show is going to be very, very good as well. So yeah, stay tuned for the banners and the times. It's going to be brilliant. So yeah, thank you very much, Tatyana, and thank you very much all our
I look forward to sharing more. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
listeners. So thank you.